Every day, it's the same thing. You wake up. You get ready. You go to work. You come home exhausted. Then you do it all again tomorrow. At some point, you start asking yourself questions you never thought you'd ask. Why does it feel like I'm working harder than ever, but somehow getting further behind? When you were younger, you probably imagined that if you did everything right, life would eventually get easier. Study hard. Stay out of trouble. Get a good job. Work hard. Be patient. That's what we were told, wasn't it? So why doesn't it feel like enough? Why does everything keep getting more expensive? Why does it seem like some people are getting richer while everyone else is just trying to keep up? Maybe you blamed yourself. Maybe you thought, I just need to work harder. I used to think the same thing. But then I realized something. Nobody ever sat us down and explained how money actually works. School teaches you how to solve equations. It teaches you history. It teaches you science. But when it comes to the thing that affects almost every decision you'll make as an adult, money, you're mostly left to figure it out on your own. And that's where most people fall behind. Not because they're lazy. Not because they're stupid. But because they're playing a game without ever being taught the rules. Today, we're going to talk about those rules. The ones that quietly shape who struggles and who gets ahead. Because once you see them, you start looking at money completely differently. Let me show you what I mean. Imagine two people. One works 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. The other owns a business that keeps making money even while they're asleep. Most people would say the first person works harder. So why is it usually the second person who ends up wealthier? That's where the first rule of money begins. Rule number 1. Stop selling your time. Let's go back to those two people. One works 10 hours a day. Every day. The other owns a business that keeps making money while they're asleep. At first, it doesn't seem fair. The first person is clearly working harder. So why does the second person usually end up wealthier? Because money doesn't reward effort the way we think it does. It rewards ownership. Think about it. If you're paid by the hour, there's only so much you can earn. You can work overtime, take extra shifts, maybe even get a second job. But eventually, you run into something you can't negotiate with. Time. There are only 24 hours in a day. You can't create a 25th hour just because you need more money. That's why people who own businesses, investments, or assets often pull ahead. Their income isn't tied to every hour they spend working. Their money keeps moving, even when they stop. That doesn't mean jobs are bad. Far from it. A job can teach you discipline. It can teach you valuable skills. It can open doors you'd never find on your own. But if every dollar you earn disappears the moment you stop working, you're always starting from zero again. The goal isn't to stop working. The goal is to slowly build things that work alongside you. That's the difference. Rule number 2, the silent thief. Now imagine you put $1,000 in a drawer. You lock it. You don't touch it. 10 years later, you come back and open that same drawer. The money is still there. Every note. Every coin. Nothing has changed. At least, that's what it looks like. Because something has changed. That same money can no longer buy what it used to. Not because someone stole it, but because inflation quietly reduced its buying power. It's one of the strangest things about money. You can lose without seeing anything disappear. That's why so many people feel like they're running faster every year, but never getting anywhere. Their salary goes up, but groceries cost more. Rent costs more. Transport costs more. Almost everything costs more. It's like running on a treadmill that's slowly speeding up. You're still moving, but you're not getting any closer. Saving money is important. Everyone should have an emergency fund. But once you've built that safety net, your money shouldn't spend its entire life sitting still. Because while you're waiting, inflation isn't. Rule number 3. Debt doesn't knock anymore. Debt doesn't look the way it used to. It doesn't arrive looking dangerous. It shows up looking helpful. Buy now. Pay later. Only $20 a month. Instant approval. It feels harmless. That's what makes it dangerous. One payment doesn't seem like much. Then another. Then another. Until one day, your paycheck already has a destination before it even reaches your account. Debt itself isn't evil. Businesses use debt. Governments use debt. Even wealthy people use debt. The difference is why they use it. Does the debt help create something valuable? Or is it paying for a moment you'll forget while the payments stick around for years? Debt is a tool. The problem starts when the tool begins using you. Rule number 4. More money doesn't always mean more freedom. There's a sentence almost everyone has said at least once. If I just made more money, everything would be fine. And sometimes that's true. Making more money can absolutely solve problems. But it can also create new ones. Because as income grows, our lifestyle usually grows with it. A nicer apartment. A newer phone. A better car. More subscriptions. More monthly payments. Without realizing it, every raise disappears before we even enjoy it. This has a name. Lifestyle inflation. It's the reason someone earning 10 times more than you can still feel broke. Money isn't just about what comes in. It's about what stays. Most people spend their lives trying to earn more. Very few spend time learning how money actually behaves. And that's the real difference. Wealth isn't usually built by one lucky break. It's built by ordinary decisions repeated for years. Saving when it's easier to spend. Investing when it's easier to wait. Choosing ownership over endless consumption. Thinking years ahead instead of just until next month. None of these decisions feel exciting in the moment. In fact, they're often boring. But that's how wealth is built. Quietly. Patiently. One choice at a time. You don't need to know every secret about money. You just need to understand the rules most people never learn. Because once you know the rules, you stop playing someone else's game. You start building your own.